Hello, hockey fans. It was a light helping of playoff hockey. Only two games played tonight, and of course, we did have an advancement. And yeah, so the Edmonton Oilers knocked out the Kings because the Kings, oh boy, you know, I really thought this would be the third time would be the charm, and it wasn't even close. I mean, the Kings this year they were absolutely lethargic. The goaltending wasn't there, and when they started Riddick, the offense wasn't there. You know, this felt like 2016 for the Kings. 2016 and 2018. Remember, hockey fans remember those years. Of course, those years were the last two times they made the playoffs until 22. And remember the Kings. They were coming off. They were a couple years removed from winning their second cup, and they just couldn't really piece things together, and that's where the decline really started. So yeah, speaking of, with this exit, this is the third straight year that the Oilers beat them out, and with this exit, it is now a full decade since they won a series. They have not won a series since they won that second Stanley Cup in 2014. So it's been a full decade. As for the Oilers, well, they made it past the first round because the Kings were lethargic and the Oilers on the power play a lot. So yeah, so they'll wait either Nashville or Vancouver, and of course, it's always fun when two Canadian teams get together in the playoffs. So yeah, that second round is filling up as it's supposed to, and now there are three series left. One of them is this. This was the only other game played today, and this was the last non-elimination game of the first round. The rest are elimination games, game sixes or possible game sevens. Of course, in this case, it was game five, but Dallas and Vegas were tied 2-2, and now Dallas takes that series lead. They got their third straight win, and finally, somebody at home won in this series. But yeah, Vegas, they're out of gas, they're out of luck, and it's going to be a glorious day on Friday when Dallas finishes them, because there's no doubt. Vegas has no home ice advantage. Dallas does because they just won at home. Vegas lost both games at home, both games 3 and 4 at home, and they got to go back home for game six. And yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, so it was a pretty interesting night, even with two games. Of course, as the playoffs progress, the games will decrease until there's one. That'll be the Stanley Cup final. But yeah, so three series are left remaining, and one of them will continue tomorrow and could conclude tomorrow. I hope it doesn't. But anyway, that's everything that's happened in on tonight. And now here's tomorrow's action. Only one game tomorrow night, and that is game six between the Bruins and the Maple Leafs. Boston still looking to finish it and send the Maple Leafs home with a full regression. Of course, Maple Leafs coming up winning the series, and first round loss would not be good for them. But yeah, so game six between the Bruins and the Maple Leafs, that's tomorrow night. The scene shifts to Toronto because the Maple Leafs won game five in Boston overtime. They may get Austin Matthews back. We don't know. That's still kind of up in the air as of now, but they may get him back. Who knows? And that's the one game tomorrow. Now, as for the rest of the first round, I'll just tell it here. Friday, we have the other two game sixes in Nashville and Vegas. Canucks and Predators game six tomorrow, and not tomorrow. Friday. Canucks and Predators game six back in Nashville, and Stars and Golden Knights game six in Vegas. That's Friday. Saturday, if Toronto wins tomorrow, Saturday we get game seven back in Boston between the Maple Leafs and the Bruins, and Sunday and Sunday is the day for possible Game 7s in Dallas and in Vancouver. So, yeah, the latest date for the end of the first round is Sunday. And if we don't get any Game 7s, chances are the second round might start probably Sunday or Saturday or Sunday. But I would think as of now, we'll get a Monday start for round 2. Yeah, so because I'm anxious to see the Avs play off again. So that is my recap of tonight's action. It's day 12 of the of this year's playoffs. If you like this video, click the like button. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe if you want more. If you're on TikTok, feel free to hit that follow button. My story about the Kings is featured. Check it out when you can. I'll be back tomorrow to recap Game 6 between Boston and Toronto, hopefully with news that Toronto's forced Game 7, so stay tuned.